Okay, y'all. I actually have all my notes. Season 3, episode 3. Okay. They meet Trixie. I think this is cute. It's not a motel, it's a motel. That's cute. Anyway, Lisa tells them that she lost her ring. Angie is um no one understands why Angie's invited. Um, they don't understand, Angie is there with Whitney. Meredith's like, why is she even here? She's upset. She's, that this person's here. Angie has the audacity to be like, she's kind of rude. Okay. Um, she's kind of rude because Meredith walked right past Angie, Lisa, and Whitney, and Whitney is like, it was rude, I guess. Anyway, Mary's like, I didn't know who she is. And Mary is so rude, but she is. Anyway, so Mary's like, Angie asked her to come over, and Mary's like, no, and don't talk to me that way. But she then asks Whitney why she came early. Angie responds, and Mary's like, no, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Whitney. Um, and so Meredith is like, I bought my guests gifts. Angie was upset because everybody didn't get a gift but her. Ma'am, you weren't invited. You can't crash somebody's event and then be upset that you didn't get anything. So, was she supposed to buy extra? A just in case gift? Girl, I cannot. So Angie's upset. Monica expressed that Angie was not being Monica's like, look, Angie, you're rude. And this is becoming a common thread between this episode and episode 4. Monica keeps checking Angie, and Angie keeps being like, you're my friend. And Monica's like, I want to be friends with everybody because here's the thing. Angie, you barely on the show. Monica's like, look, I'm trying to keep the show. I don't know about you, but I need this check. You don't need the check. Lisa, Whitney, and Angie are talking about Monica. Monica comes in and is like, I can hear you. And she's particularly is like, look, I explained that she was being rude. This episode, I love how Monica is so straightforward and does not care. Um, um, shopping. Okay, so they do the whole shopping partners thing, and they're supposed to wear the outfit, which sounds stupid. So Angie is by herself, so she picks out a hideous outfit that she's gonna wear herself. Um, Meredith and Lisa hates Meredith's outfit, and it's so funny because everybody's like, whoever picked that outfit for you does not like you. Mary's like, they don't like you, girl, because she has her in a a sarong and a bikini in a 5-star restaurant. Lisa was over it. um, Heather and Whitney, they don't really like each other's outfits. Heather is just kind of in her own little zone. Heather is hilarious. Lisa brings up the ring again, and Monica begins, really getting annoyed. And Lisa, of course, is complaining about the clothes. They are at Yeah, they're at dinner. Meredith comes and she's like, "Look, here's a tidbit about they're supposed to be playing this game." And Meredith is like, "I used to come to Palm Springs as a child and visit. Whitney, I like to write." Heather, I'm into a bird. And Mary's like, "I had an African gray. She looks strange." And then she's like, she never obeyed. And I was like, I didn't know birds obey. Did birds obey? My grandmother used to have parakeets, but I don't remember them when I was a little girl. Anyway, neither here nor there. Um, Mary, I'm a loner. Sorry. Angie, I'm extremely sensitive. Lisa is like, I have a second ear piercing. I just love how they barely are sharing much of anything about themselves. It is hilarious. Anyway, Monica's like, okay, they're all boring. And she's like, so I effed my brother-in-law for 8 months. I don't know. I mean, granted, this was nice to kind of break everything, but I don't know if I need to tell everybody on national television how many different times. I mean, this is like your second or third time. You said it once with Heather, now you're saying it here, but you also said in the confessional. So on two different episodes about you effing your brother-in-law, I don't know if this is the way. So anyway, then we go into the game of the warm and fuzzy. So you say something warm about to someone, and then you say something fuzzy. So it's supposed to be a compliment and a downside. So Heather goes to Angie. We were in high school together. Warm memories. The other half is I don't trust you. And it's like, wow. And they're like, well, what makes you think of this? And he's like, well, because here's the thing. I knew you. You're not trying to be my friend, but you're trying to be everybody else's friend but me. So I don't trust you. You bounce around to friends. And then Lisa goes, well, you were all over Jen. So should we trust you? And Heather's like, this isn't about me. This is about, so she gives an example about the book joke, which, what was that? Episode 1? And Angie's like, it was a joke. I don't like the way Angie talks, y'all. Anyway, so Meredith to Whitney, she goes, you tried with really good intentions, but you need to work on your communication. Oh. I don't even know what I don't anyway, okay. So married to Lisa, um Mary says that you're hearing a thong and prickly about the ring loss, right? So her whole that she has such a good spirit about being here in a thong, but she is so annoyed about this ring loss. Okay. This is where I took a dive. Now, okay, this part I wasn't too annoyed because Lisa was like, I didn't really mention it. Girl, you mentioned it 7 times. So all throughout this episode, you keep talking about this darn ring and it's 60,000. And so then she's like, look, I'm sorry that you can't afford a $58,000 ring. I chuckled. Mary's like, look, this game sucks. Yes, it does. So Angie goes, when we're at home, I do a Greek word of the day. And the Greek word here, and she says the Greek word. I did not write that down. I did not even attempt, but it means fake. And I was like, oh my God, I can't stand Angie. You come on. How does the uninvited guest get to have so much say? Anyway, so Meredith's like, you publicly said you didn't want to be friends. Angie's like, you treated me inappropriate, and I can explain. Meredith's like, I don't care. I don't want to hear your explanation. That would have been me. Angie's like, I gave you my time and to talk about the real estate and everything. And Meredith's like, I can write you a check for your time. Angie's like, no, you cannot, because it will bounce. It's like you have your jewelry that nobody's buying. It has cobwebs on it. And you rent everything. No one knows where you live. You move you don't even really live in Utah. You move every year just for the show. And then Meredith, you can leave. And then she gets really it's with real indignation. You can leave now. I love it when she walked over to the waiter and be like, can you please have her removed? And they're like, we can see what we can do. And Heather's like, I am drunk, but even I know that is not the security, that is a waiter. Oh, I loved it. Heather is over here chuckling. Angie is getting upset because Heather is like, look, I'm chuckling. And Meredith eventually leaves herself. And she's like, look, I can say nasty rumors. Lisa comes out there with her and she's just like, look, I can say nasty rumors about the girl's husband, about her family. Lisa's trying to be like, look, the victim is really Angie. And so Angie's all like, look, I was really with the table. She's trying to explain that I was very upset and I didn't approach it well. And then Lisa at the end of this is like, look, we all getting about this restaurant. And then here we go with Meredith explaining, I'm going through something big. And Whitney feels that this is always a cop out. You know, I can understand where Whitney is coming from, but the last time that Meredith was going something big, her dad died. So it's not to say that it's always a cop out. I'm just saying that Meredith doesn't know how to deal with these kind of conflicts. But I also feel that I tend to be on Meredith's side because, and I love when at one point they did tell her to pull out some evidence. And I was like, you really want her to go there? Because the last time she pulled out evidence, it was with Jen. And Jen's assistant was stealing. And she pulled out footage. So it's not to say that Meredith is not a person who can't just pull info out, because she can. Mary's like, I don't like all this fighting. I'm like, girl, this is Salt Lake City. This is like every reality TV show. What are you doing? Mary feels that the attack on Meredith was unnecessary. She feels that it's fake. And then so she gets upset and she calls it pornography. I was like, girl, talking to Whitney. When did I say pornography? See, I don't like Whitney, y'all. Like, Whitney is such an obnoxious woman. I can't stomach her. Anyway, and then Heather's over there pissy drunk, head down. And then so Mary's like, well, what did she say? What did she say, Heather? Heather pops her head up. Predator. And then Mary, are you okay? Clearly she ain't okay. Everybody's getting off the bus. Heather can't get up. Whitney's sitting up there trying to figure out when we leaving. And Heather's like, give me 2 seconds. And then she throws up all over Whitney's leg. And Whitney's like, get me out of here. Oh my God, this is so disgusting. Low key, I would feel the same way. That is gross and disgusting. That being said, I'm out.